Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific. Brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role model every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Nackie and Carl.
What's up, Nackie?
Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
You in a good mood?
I'm in a great mood.
I'm in a good mood too. I
Oh
think
my
it's going to be a good
God.
show.
What is that? Oh, it's me.
What is that?
It's me. Oops.
Good morning,
My
everybody.
bad.
Today's Sunday, September 6th, season 4, episode 31.
Yes.
I'm your host, Carl. With me, your lovely host, Nackie. Good morning, Nackie.
Hi, everybody.
And we're in a goofy, good mood today, so who knows how this show's going to go.
Yes.
We got our check-ins. We are going to review California Senate Bill 145 because there's a whole bunch of
Yes.
questions with that. Nackie's got questions. She
I
wants
have
answers.
Tons of questions.
She'll be doing the asking, and I'll be doing the answering.
There you go.
We're going to talk about our week. We're going to talk about Snacky with Nackie. They all get me, but yesterday got me especially. We're going to talk about all our community events that we attended or we missed because we had other things to do as well. So
Right.
that's our show today. Nackie, what's up?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Big shout out to Mrs. Rodriguez, who's checking in from the state of Washington. Lenin Malai. Good morning, Tayama
morning,
Nuia.
Elena.
Our Yvette is checking in from Nevada. Tayama
I want to
Nuia.
talk about Yvette.
Okay, we're going to talk about
We're
you,
going to
girl.
talk about Yvette.
Our Maury, who's also checking in from Las Vegas. Good morning,
Good morning, Maury.
Kalepi. Good morning, honey. Good morning. So, and we love Kalepi, right?
love Kalepi.
Mata. Good morning, Mata. Nora. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning. It was crazy, hot yesterday.
Yes. And
Crazy
hot
hot.
today and hot tomorrow.
So
It's supposed to be
everybody
111 tomorrow.
stay hydrated. So, God, a lot of stuff I was on the internet yesterday, like I always, that's my source of information and news. And I seen that, AMU and Fatasi and SEDC had an event. Well, we knew that they had an event yesterday. They had a sidewalk backpack giveaway.
Big turnout. Looked like a
Huge.
lot of people there.
Awesome. They do a great job there. Of course, Cree, who is the what is she? The mastermind behind that.
See, I don't know. Like they got board members. They got the Solid 7, I think, is what JT called it.
Right.
I don't know what her title is, but she's the
Right.
boss. That's what I just call her. She's the boss of AMU.
Yes, she's the boss. So they good morning, Mom. My mom is checking in from
morning,
church.
Auntie.
Her church should be going on pretty
I
soon.
saw your
so-
picture. You look beautiful
Yes.
this morning.
So if you don't know, my mom sends me a picture of what she's wearing every Sunday, and
She looks beautiful every Sunday.
Yes, she looks beautiful every Sunday. So thank you. Jeanette Neves. Hey, Matt Noah.
Matt Noah. We're gonna talk about you too,
We're going to
Matt.
talk about you. I just love Matt Noah. Like I'm talking Snacky with Nackie. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But Matt, like everybody does a great job of sharing the flyer, which I really appreciate. But Matt goes above and beyond, and he shares it, and he tells his story of how he's feeling, and it chokes me up every time. So we love Matt Noah. Moses Moley, good morning.
Good morning.
He's checking in from church
Mo.
this morning.
Oh, he's down.
Tayama Nuia mom, Jeanette Neves, and Matt. So yes, we're going to be talking about Matt. We love Kalepi, all Kalepi's songs. Well, he has two that I love. So go check out Kalepi V on all social media outlets. Go check out his YouTube page. We play a song like every other week, and so I know you've heard it. But yeah,
He's got more than 2 songs, but Nackie's
Yes.
favorite are those 2, and you know
Yes.
that if you listen to the show.
If you
because we
listen to
play it
the
a lot.
show, yes. So I love music. If you love music, if you have music, go ahead and send it to us, and if it's good, I'll play it. How about that?
Send it to the Faika podcast
The
at
Faika
polybydesign.com.
podcast. Yes. Jasmine for Matu. Good morning.
Good morning,
for tuning
Jasmine.
in this morning. So yesterday was crazy hot, and yesterday, my kids, and I say my kids like my brother has 3 kids that are my kids, and so my 5 and my brother's 3, they want to have breakfast at least once a month together because we're so crazy busy and we hardly get to touch base and check in with each other. They've decided to have breakfast together at least once a month. So yesterday, we had Matthew Sidney Long. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in.
Good morning, Matt. Matt's a fellow Timberwolf from
Yes,
Fort
Fort
Bragg,
Bragg in the house. And so we had breakfast yesterday at my house, and the young adults had breakfast, and it was so good. It was such a, I don't know, I started off my day really good with having all my babies in the house. And it's my brother Pete and Malia, their kids, Nico, Noah, and Lena, come up. They're like my children, and my children are like my brother's children. So all together we have 8, right? Andrew, hi Andrew. Andrew Tuala.
Tuala, Andrew.
There
Good
you
morning,
go.
Andrew.
So yesterday we started off with, we had breakfast. So, and then I had Okay, listen, I had waffles, bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs. What else did we have, Mena?
Only thing I saw in the picture you sent me was mimosas.
Mimosas. My children had mimosas because, a potty ain't a potty unless you have alcohol. So they had mimosas for breakfast. It was really, really nice. And afterwards they got to hang out and catch up and see what's going on with each other's lives, right? So I love that my kids find time to spend time together. So and we should all do that, right? We should all check in with one another, make sure that we're all doing good. You never know what somebody is going through, and so take the time to talk to people, find out what's going on, and there you go.
Especially now that's crazy times. We got an election that's starting to ramp up. People are starting to disown each other and hate each other over that. Having events like a family breakfast helps you stay close, keep things prioritized. Don't lose your minds as we get into our next 2 months. It's going to get gritty.
Right. And Maury's you was hungry. Yes, we were hungry. We had waffles. So I made the kids regular waffles, and then, I am okay, so I know I say this every week, and every week I don't follow through, but I really seriously started my keto, not diet. Don't say diet, because then I'll fail. My keto something.
Lifestyle.
Low carb. Yeah, keto lifestyle. So I'm doing low carb.
You're actually planning it out, so she's meal planning, and that's one of the keys to success.
The key.
Is have the kind of food that you want to eat within reach, and then you're more likely to eat healthy.
Yes. So I made the kids regular waffles. Mena's stirring her coffee hella loud. Good morning, Mena. And so I made the kids regular waffles. So, I'm trying to get TikTok famous. And so I'm following this person on TikTok, and they have this little mini waffle ice maker. It's like this big, right? So I check it out, and one person makes this keto free waffle, and then which is cheese, a little bit of cheese, and then they scrambled an egg and put it on there, and they closed it. And when it's done, it's like bread. It's kind of bready. It tastes like bread, but it's not, right? And then another person made keto waffle with, I know this is going to sound awful, but it was really damn good. It was pork grinds. You know how the chips or whatever, I can't have chips, but pork grinds have no carbs. So you take the pork. Hi, Sil. Mama Sil is on.
Mama Sil.
Hi, Mama Sil.
Good
George
job.
and
Good
Rebecca.
job yesterday.
Yes, Mama Sil, great job. And Brother George and Sister Rebecca is on. Happy
Chica
birthday,
strong.
sister. Yes, a Chica strong. So you take the pork grinds and you smash them all up, and you get a half a cup, and then you get 1 small egg and 1/3 cup of mozzarella cheese. I know it sounds awful, but it tastes really good. You stir it all up, put it in the waffle maker, and then when it comes out, it's amazing. I don't know if it's amazing because I'm dying for bread or if it's just amazing, but the kids tasted it and they liked it. So there you go. And so we had keto-friendly bread, and then I also make keto-friendly hash browns, which is cauliflower with cauliflower rice and 1 egg, and mix it. Oh, it's anyway. Hit me up. I'll give you the whatever. The ingredients. So that was yesterday. And then afterwards we did Snacky with Nackie. I went to work this week. You know, I work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Friday was my last day because I'm off. I'm off from my regular job. And now I'm just going to be doing PBD for the next million years.
Ooh, I forgot you were free for labor to be assigned.
Yes. And so I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with my regular job. And then literally Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is my PBD job. And so I'm constantly moving around, constantly on Zoom calls. So now I'll just be doing PBD 7 days a week as compared to 4. So that was my week. I loved it. Faika, oh gosh. Hi, Dad. Mo is at church on Facebook. Mo, shouldn't you be paying attention? Mo is my husband, and he left me to go to church. So, and I hit a couple of prayer groups this morning. Local
This week?
Yes, I hit the prayer meeting this morning a couple of times because I've been crazy busy, or I woke up late. Like, really? This morning I slept in until 6:40, which is late for me because I'm usually up around 5:30, and I think it's the heat, people. So anyway, that was my week. How was yours?
My week was, my work week, my 9 to 5 week. We had hurricanes in my region over the last weekend.
Yeah.
So this week we had to make sure that our associates got paid.
Right.
So there was a whole bunch of administration to make sure that people that are, could be out of their homes.
Right.
And we're closed as a business. We're still paying our associates. So we're, going off scheduling and making sure that people are safe. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of post kind of Hurricane Laura hangover in my 9 to 5. And then let's see, I had labs and I had treatment on Friday. Today is normally the hardest day for me in terms of energy. Mm-hmm. If I get treatment on Friday, it's the second day following where I am the most tired. I'm not that tired today. I'm a little bit down, but not like I normally am. I think it's after going to Snacky with Nackie yesterday that really energized me. And I mean, I get into all of them. I love all of them every time we bless somebody. But yesterday, and we're going to talk about it, yesterday was special. And if you haven't seen the video, check it out. And then just before we were actually in the go live process, Nicole sent me a text message that my labs that I did on Friday came back and posted in our medical portal, and the numbers are awesome.
Yay!
So, big news as we started the show today. I am interested to get into SB 145 because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And we got Snacky with Nackie.
Oh my God.
We got a great show today.
We have a great show.
So share. Make sure that we're going to share information about SB 145. There's some misperceptions of it out there. We're going to walk through it step by step and make sure everybody understands what it actually is and what it isn't. Mm-hmm. So if your family and friends need that information, share the podcast out, please.
Yes, please share. We got a lot of great information that we want to share. And this week, talking about the SB 145, like one of my coworkers came in and she was upset and angry, and I was like, oh my God, what happened? And she was talking about that bill. And so then I've been seeing on Facebook news that everyone that's up in an uproar about it. So I was asking Carl, I was like, did you hear about this? And Carl is the political, like he knows everything about everything. No. So I always go to him for all my political questions and, stuffy stuff. So we're We're going to go over there. My niece, Vila is on. Good morning. I love you. She is one of those that don't listen. She sent Snackie with Nackie
So
tip.
before we get into SB 145, let's talk about the people that are on probation right now. That's JT Tenadora of Rhythmic Catalyst. JT Tenadora still on parole or probation. Which is it, Nackie? Is it
He's on parole.
He's on parole because of his
But like Patsy
He's
said,
so generous.
Yeah, they're so generous.
that we had to put him on probation because he didn't do 50 cents. He did a lot more than 50 cents.
Right.
So JT Tenadora, your status is parole, right, Nackie?
Yes.
And Matt Noah, I think if he keeps acting like JT Tenadora, he's going to end up in the same parole board hearing as JT. So Matt, Noah, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
And Patsy, Tito, our sister at CDC, put it well. You can't stop the blessings from coming.
Right.
So do how you do. But we're just asking for 50 cents. If you give more, you're gonna hear it from us.
Yeah.
Nackie's gonna put you.
Yeah.
You're gonna get banned.
You're gonna get banned. But I love that we were talking to Patsy and she said she gave more than 50 cents and she said, you can't stop me from blessing you to bless others. And I was like, ooh, okay. So we asked for 50 cents because we want it to be easy to give. We don't want it to be a bill, right? You see my flyer and then you're like, oh God, there she goes again. No, we want it to be, there's a reminder. It's 50 cents, right? So that's the only reason why. I appreciate all of you that give more than 50 cents. And I know Cash App won't let you do it. You have to do a dollar or more. So thank you for those who are giving on Cash App. Rob Faye. Okay, here we go.
You gonna get vowels?
Yes.
Okay.
I love you, V. Rob Felo Ali Malip I.
There you go.
Ding. Thank you, Rob, for tuning in. Brother
you, Rob.
Mark, good morning. Evita Faatasinga, good morning. And Dr. Fatleava is on. Good morning,
There's a doctor in the house.
There is a doctor in the house. Congratulations to Dr. Fatleava again. We will be he's our guest on Tuesday's Faika.
What a great segue Dr. Fatleava has. He pokes his head right in and we can segue into what our midweek show is. It's Tuesday with Dr. Fatleava.
Yes.
Newly named doctor.
Newly named doctor. So we love Dr. Fatleava. He will be on Tuesday. He's just back from Illinois or Chicago. Illinois. Doing his, what is the word? His... What?
Internship. It was the final step of getting his doctor.
Step of getting his doctorate, yes.
His doctoral. And he is a fiance. He's a chief. He's a doctor.
God.
He's our guest on the show on Tuesday.
Yeah. So if you want to find out more about Dr. Fatleava, tune in Tuesday, 5 p.m. on our Facebook page and learn everything wonderful about him. We love him. Helen, good morning,
Good
Helen.
morning, Helen.
Helen Verma. Fia, good morning, Fia.
Fia Laui.
Yes.
Nice.
We love you, Fia.
Bellingham in the house.
Checking in from Washington. So Tuesday, 5 p.m., Dr. Fatleava. His fiance is actually part of the PBD team. So not that he was pressured into doing this.
Voluntold.
He was voluntold.
You can be a Matai and still get voluntold.
Right. So tune in Tuesday, learn everything amazing about Dr. Fatleava. What else?
Talanoa Tuesday.
Talanoa Tuesday at
was
7
with
p.m.
Sister Epi Almavai of Samoan Solutions this week, but they, like us, had problems with Zoom.
Right.
So on Tuesday, we were going to go live with Trevor Husseini, our Tuesday guest.
Yes.
And we were unable to go live. Nackie had a crash course on how to go live on Facebook because it wouldn't work for me. So I transferred the host ownership of the Zoom meeting to her.
Yes.
And then walked her through it over the phone. Wouldn't work for her.
Nope.
We kind of figured if we were doing something wrong. So we recorded our interview with Trevor Husseini and then posted that. You can see that now on our Facebook page. And then after that, we went to go see Tuesday Talanoa with Essence of Mana and the AARS crew, Anthony and Lulu and Nani, and they couldn't go live either.
Right.
They were actually happy to hear that we also had problems because when I first logged in, she was yelling at like the the office building behind them. Nani was like, get off your Zoom so I can get on.
Yeah.
But Zoom apparently was having issues on Tuesday. So Tuesday Talanoa got recorded, but it's up. It is on
It's
Essence
up.
of Mana's
Yes.
page. And Epi does a fantastic job.
Yes,
of
we encourage
cooking
you.
and chopping food and doing, she was multitasking
Yeah.
all the way
She's-
through.
It's Epi Almavaya, who is with Samoan Solutions. She is one of the founders for Samoan Solutions, and she's also the owner, founder of Fatma Malu Designs, which I have her T-shirt on. Fangongo Samoa. Okay, do I have to stand up? Let me stand up. There.
Look at that.
I love this T-shirt. So go check out Fama Malu Designs by Epi. Check out the interview on Essence of Mana's page. They go live every Tuesday. It's a great series. It's with Nani, Lulu, and Anthony. So go Essence of Mana. Epi does a great job with the interview. We had Trevor Husseini on, who is a software engineer out of Hawaii. How about that? Right? That he
like
was.
a mathematical.
Oh my God, he's crazy
He got
amazing.
paper.
He is crazy amazing and crazy smart. I was like super intimidated. I was like,
He did a good job of dumbing it down for us.
yeah.
He got through it with us.
Okay, Barry. I was like, oh my God. But I was like, I'm such a crybaby. I'm always crying. And so I was just so grateful to have him on. Like we always have, we push and promote positive Pacific Islander role models, right? So, because we want it to be normal for you to see our faces in those roles, right? And entrepreneurs and doctors, software engineers, educators. I mean, we are so many things. We're actors. We're
role
athletes.
models come in brown.
Role models come in brown. If you did not know that, so that's what we do. We're just trying to show everyone that we are all these things and that we're not always highlighted in these roles. So we want the kids to see it as normal so that they can know that, oh, I can do that too, right? So Trevor was a great guest. He is out of Hawaii. Check out the interview. It's on our Facebook page. And if we can ask you to share our podcast right now, because we're going to go over SB 145, which is a bill. Mm-hmm. It's not law, is it?
No, it could be law by the end of September. It's
Right.
on the governor's desk.
It's
to
on the
sign
governor's desk to sign. So we want to talk about SB 145 because I know it's got everyone in an uproar and it's disturbing, and for a survivor of this kind of crime, it's something that I'm interested in, and Carl's going to break it down for us. Good morning, Sister Flo. Good morning, Sister.
Good morning, Flo.
Mary Talamoni. Hi, Mary. Gabriel Gasca. Good morning. Who else is on here? Valerie Limutao Cloud. Ava Molifua Lawrence Law. Look at me.
you.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh,
you.
I hit all the vowels. Thank you, Tama. So that I'm interested in that law. So we're going to do that.
We can do that.
We can do that. Are we going to do that now? Or are we going to break? Because it's 10:27. No, we're not going
We're going to do
break.
that now.
Oh, we're going to talk about that now. Yes.
Our producer
And
just
it's
told
gonna
us that
be
we're gonna do
a
that
minute.
now.
Joseph Talmua, good morning. Good morning, family. So we're going to ask you to share this podcast because we're going to go over SB 145, which is a pedophile bill. No, it's not a pedophile bill, right? So that's why we're going to talk about it, because I have these kinds of questions, right? Helen, thank you, Helen. So take it away, Kalolo.
So SB 145 is a Senate bill. That's why it's SB 145 and not AB 145. If it were an assembly bill, it would have an AB heading. So that's just, that came from the California State Senate. SB 145 is a equity bill. It's about equitable rights for LGBTQ people. It does not decriminalize anything. It does not legalize anything. It doesn't make any acts that are felonies now non-felonies after. All it has to do is with discretion of the judge that hears the case. So here's where the history of the California sex registry, and that's what it has to do. Is do they get entered into the registry? That started in 1947 in California.
Okay.
So there's these ancient, echoes of, because what was illegal in 1947? Homosexuality, homosexual acts
Wow.
were illegal in 1947
In the United States?
in the United States.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Look at you.
Illegal. Well, then we're dealing with California. So illegal in
okay.
California, and California's progressive, right? So
Right.
if it was illegal in California in 1947, it most likely was illegal everywhere
Yes.
because, again, California's progressive.
Right.
So what SB 145 does right now, if an 18-year-old man has sex with a 17-year-old girl, it's statutory rape. Okay.
Right.
It's statutory rape whether SB 145 passes or not. That doesn't change it. The difference is at sentencing, the judge has the discretion of whether to make that 18-year-old man
File.
register with a
register.
sex offender, and it's forever. So if you're 18 years old and you've got a 17-year-old girlfriend, you could both be in college, and if you have sex with that girl,
Yeah.
it's technically statutory rape.
Right.
So the judge, it's his discretion to say, okay, you guys were, it's just a boyfriend-girlfriend
Right.
type thing. It's consensual.
Right.
I'm not going to have you
Register.
on the register forever, because
Yeah.
once you get registered, you're on there
Is forever. Right.
So there's people that have got registered for this kind of thing in the 60s that are still on there.
Right.
Okay. He has the discretion to make that person register or not. If it's, and we're going to get graphic at this point,
Right.
right? If it's sex between a man and a woman, if it's penile and vaginal intercourse, if it's anal intercourse or oral copulation, there is no discretion for the judge. The offender immediately goes on the offender in the offender registry.
If the person is 18 and the girlfriend is 17,
No. If 18 and 17, if it's vaginal and penile intercourse,
Yeah.
the judge has the discretion to say whether that 18-year-old
Has to register.
or not.
in that case, if they're boyfriend and girlfriend,
And it's consensual.
and it's consensual, the judge can say you don't have to register.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So I get
He could
that.
say you have to. He could say you don't have to.
Right.
He can look at the merits of the case and say whether you have to or not.
Right. Right. So okay, and now you're saying that if it's
But now, this is the current law. If it is an 18-year-old man and a 17-year-old boy,
right,
and they have anal intercourse, there's no discretion for the judge.
he
The 18-year-old
automatically
automatically
has to-
goes. There's no discretion. Why?
okay,
Because
I
it was
got it.
illegal in 1947. Homosexuality was illegal.
Got it.
So that's the difference. The difference is it gives the judge discretion for anal or oral copulation to treat it the same as penile and vaginal
Okay.
intercourse.
Okay. So the thing I think that's getting everybody in an uproar is that somewhere, and I've only heard this, right? So what we're going off of what everybody heard is if the victim is 15 and the crazy person is 25, like there's
10
something
year.
about the
There's a
10
10-year
years.
thing,
If there's
right?
a 10-year thing, it's still up to the judge whether that person has to register as a sex offender.
Right.
What does that mean? Is that
So
crazy?
the way the law is written now is it deals with people between the ages of 14 and 17. So if a 25-year-old man has sex with a 15-year-old girl, that's within the 10-year range. There's still discretion for the judge whether they want to put the person in the registry forever or not. SB 145 doesn't change that. It doesn't change anything to do with the 10-year. The 10-year
Oh, okay.
window is in place whether SB 145 passes
Or
whether SB 145 doesn't pass.
Then what is that 10-year thing?
The 10-year thing is, so the discretion is not there for the judge if there's greater than a 10-year gap.
Right.
If there is greater than 10-year gap, this only has to do with the registration in the sex offender registry.
Okay. Because no matter what, you'll get you'll get prosecuted, right?
It's a crime. It's a
crime,
crime.
right.
Statutory rape remains a crime in California, whether SB
Right.
145 passes or whether it doesn't pass.
Right.
Nothing changes
The
with SB
only
145.
thing that changes is
whether the judge has the discretion
yes.
to put the person in the sex offender registry or not. Right now, what you would call heterosexual sex, the judge has the discretion whether to put the person in the registry or not.
Yes.
Homosexual sex, anal intercourse, or oral copulation, which it's not only homosexual sex, but it's the homosexual act the way it was perceived in 1947.
Okay.
Those are the ones where they don't have the discretion because it's anal intercourse or oral copulation. They mandatory go into the registry. So the LGBTQ community is saying, look, we just want the same discretion to be allowed for the judge in oral and anal sex as it is for vaginal and penile sex.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense to me because I was so angry when I heard, I heard bits and pieces here and I was like, what the, and so that makes sense. So they just want the same the
10-year window
rights.
I don't believe in that. I don't think that
believe in that
there
either.
shouldn't be discretion for the judge, in my opinion, to not put the person into the registry.
Right.
If there's a 9-year gap or whatever, they should always be able to be put in there. But right now, there's
It's a
discretion if it's within 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, anything below somebody 14 years,
14.
there's no discretion.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if there's 10 years or 2 years.
Right. So no matter what, it's a crime, right? If you're having sex with a minor or whatever.
Correct.
It's a crime.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. The only thing changes is the discretion of whether or not they have to register as a sex offender.
It's the judge has discretion if it's quote heterosexual sex and doesn't have discretion if it's quote homosexual sex. They're saying they want to treat sex from the LGBTQ community. They want to treat that the same as they treat sex between heterosexuals.
Okay, that makes so much
That's
sense.
it. It's
to me.
an equity bill. It's not. It doesn't decriminalize anything. It doesn't legalize anything. It doesn't lower the punishment from a felony to a misdemeanor. It doesn't do any of those things.
Okay, I'm clear now. I'm totally clear. Thank you for clearing. Because I was seeing everybody go off, and they're like stupid this and da da da, and I was like, what did I miss?
The problem is like Facebook and the internet is great because you can do a lot of really good things. Like look at Snackie with Nackie, right? Social media is what drives Snackie with Nackie. And if you see the video, we're going to talk about it later. If you see the video of Nesbitt and how we touched her and blessed her and how there were hundreds of people that did that with 50-cent donations, those are things that social media and the internet can do that are fantastic. They're amazing. They're positive. The flip side of that is disinformation gets sent out.
Oh my God.
So it's like there's the QAnon thing and then it's Trump and there's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
This bill was introduced by an LGBTQ state senator, Scott Wiener.
Yes, Scott Wiener.
And he's received death threats. He's received death threats. His parents have received death threats.
Yeah.
It's horrible because they're saying, oh, you're legalizing pedophilia.
Yeah, that's not it.
But it's just people believe what they read.
Right.
The bill's not that. It's like 9 pages. It is not that long.
It's not that long.
There's information out there. You can find out what it actually is. If you see something on the internet that seems really outrageous, like this seems crazy, it probably is crazy.
Right.
I mean, this bill is backed by the Rape Crisis Hotline.
Right.
It's backed by the district attorneys. It's backed by prosecutors.
Yes.
So when the California District Attorney Association says this is a good idea, when the Rape Crisis Hotline says this is a good idea, then you need to think, well, let me look at this from the victim standpoint.
Right.
This probably is a good thing. Let me go
Right.
look at it, because do you think the DA's association
is going to back something crazy?
Right. And the Association of Police Chiefs in California, they back this bill.
Yes.
So it's one of those things that's passing in the state legislature with bipartisan. It was like 23-10 in the Senate and 41-18 in the Assembly.
Right.
I mean, it's not it's not a heated, contested
Right.
thing. And when I heard that there's the children's organization, Children
Yes.
Now, they back it.
Right.
So you have children's advocacy groups
Right.
that are backing this. And when you have somebody who's 18 having sex with somebody who's 17, it shouldn't matter whether that's a girl and a girl, a guy and a guy, or a guy and a girl. They should be treated the same when they get to court.
Right. Right. So I'm so clear with that. Thank you so much for breaking that down. And we wanted to break it down like this because I had no clue, but I knew Carl can explain it. He would dummy it up so I can understand. But so no, you will still get charged with no matter what crime. It's a crime, right?
Statutory rape doesn't change at all.
Right. Statutory rape is statutory rape. No matter what age it is, you still will get prosecuted. The only thing that changes because of this bill is at the judge's discretion, whether you have to register as a sex offender. Everything else, you going to jail. You know what I mean?
Look at when was it created? It was created in 1947. Harry
Right.
Truman was the president in 1947.
Right.
Like Earl Warren was the governor of California. Later became the Supreme Court justice. Like this is ancient times. This is just
Yes.
after World War II.
Right.
And homosexuality was a crime.
Right.
Homosexual acts were a crime. So they gave the judges the discretion because people were getting married at 14.
Yeah.
Like in 1947, there were adults that were having sex with heterosexual sex
14-year-olds,
with
yeah.
14-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they wanted to give the judges the discretion to say, hey, look, even if it's statutory rape, we don't want to ruin their lives and put them on this sex offender registry for their entire life. So we'll leave up to the judges for these kind of crimes.
So,
if
yeah.
it's that kind of crime, there's no choice. They're going on the registry forever.
Yes. So there you go. Thank you so much for clearing that up. I was like, oh my God, I was so angry. But I've been seeing lots and lots of people so angry online about SB 145. And I was like, I need clarity, right? Before I start going off and snapping, I need to educate myself with the bill. And Mr. Carl can explain it to me because I'll read it. I'll read all 9 pages and still be lost. And so I knew that Carl would understand it. I just want. Maury says you're the best moderator. Tammy, good morning, Tammy.
Tammy
Thank you
Rodandi.
for tuning in. Linny and Son and Susanna Lutali. Good morning. Sister Adele is on. Good morning,
Adele.
sister. Chris Taliva'a. Good morning, Chris. Jenny Y. Final Folau. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Evita Fa'atasinga. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Mala Ravula. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If we can ask you to share this podcast, because we just went over SB 145, which had everybody in an uproar that I could see, and that we just wanted to break it down and explain what the bill says in no, I don't know, what is it? No.
Unclear terms.
Unclear terms.
It passed both the Assembly and the Senate, and it must be signed by the end of this month by Governor Newsom for it to become a law, which I
Yes.
think it will be.
Yes. So thank you so much. I'm like woo-saw right now. I just woo-sawed because you explained that so clear.
There's so many.
Yeah.
There's just, again, that's the problem with, we're a meme society now.
Yes.
And we get information and we get a tidbit of it and
it's the truth.
and it's the
right?
truth. And then we go argue it on Facebook and then we see so let's say I get something wrong, right? I see a meme and I'm like, man, that's messed up. And then I get into a discussion on a Facebook thread and I make a really good argument for that or against it. Other people will read it, and if it's well thought out and it sounds good,
They'll believe it.
they'll say, wow, that's a really good position to have, even though the initial premise was way off and what I believed in the meme was wrong. And that's the problem. Once you latch onto the way that you believe about something, you're just looking for confirmation. Like
Right.
you're just looking for information to support your position.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm literally woo-sawing because I am a victim of, I'm a survivor of many things, but that I'm very passionate about. And so thank you for clearing that up for me.
There's so many. Just one thing before we go. There's like that again. That law comes from 1947. The California Sex Offender Registry started in 1947. There's laws on the books that are, and ancient. When I say ancient, 1960 is ancient. When you talk about what was legal in 1960 and what society is now, there's a ton of laws on the books that need to be taken off, amended, changed, deleted, modified. I mean, there's just stuff out there that they're still on the books that needs to be taken out.
Right. So read the bill, and if you don't understand, share this podcast so that we can have a adult conversation about this stuff. Good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Fatima, Vika, and Kasimili Maliu. I'm sorry, I just Kasimili. I'm going to get that right, girl. Don't worry. Sandy Matafel Samaile. Good morning.
A lot of new names and faces. Welcome,
everybody. Thank you
so
much for tuning in, right? So go ahead and share our podcast. So Carl and I just went over SB 145, which really woo-sawed the shit out of me because I was not understanding the bill.
And if you don't agree with the 10-year thing, like a 24-year-old having sex with a 14-year-old, I don't agree with that either. I don't think there should be discretion either, but that's not this bill.
Yes.
That's the existing law, the way that it's written. That has nothing to do with SB 145.
Nothing. Yes, Adele said, misinformation spreads like wildfire on social media, so it's good to counter all that misinformation with facts and clarification whenever possible. Thank you, sister. Adele said, I love Adele. So I've known Adele for forever. And we had seen her years ago. We were talking about community work, and she was like, gosh, I really want to help out some way or somehow. And then, like, not even a snap of a finger, you see her doing all kinds of community work.
She was at a table like the next week. We saw her at a table.
We seen her
she wasn't even scheduled it, I don't think.
No.
I think she just showed up at the event and said, how can I help? Mm-hmm. And that's how Sister Patsy puts it really well. We all started out as volunteers at some point.
We all start out as volunteers at one point, and Adele and Paia were helping out at Island Reggae Festival with the dance showcase. She's at the Amu barbecue handing out free backpacks, which she did yesterday for the backpack giveaway at SCDC. So I love when people just follow their hearts, like you just follow their passion, right? And I love when people just go for the gusto, right?
Before we go to break, I wanted to talk about Yvette.
Okay.
Manamea.
Okay.
I don't know if she's still on or not, but Snackie with Nackie was actually I had set up this essentially a YouTube studio in Nackie's bedroom, and it was so that she could create content. And I said, well, what are you going to do? What is the program that you're going to run? And then she came back one day and she said, it's Snackie with Nackie. And I thought, wow, that's got a good ring to it. And it was Yvette Monamea's idea that it's Snackie with Nackie.
Because I'm always snacking.
And thank you, Yvette, she's always got ideas.
Her and Maury have great ideas.
Her and Maury. And we were talking about
girl. Monamea's strong.
Let's do a mobile podcast maybe.
Yes.
And she started sending me like
pictures of trucks.
This van is only $4,000. Like she takes ideas and runs with it.
Yes.
And those are like people always say like, well, how do I help? Yvette has helped us in so many different ways, like helping us with the focus groups and all those kind of things. So
Maury.
Yvette, Maury, Mel.
Oh my God.
Mary,
that whole household. Mary, Neo. Crazy. Amazing people live on Argonaut Street. Amazing people. They have great ideas. They're always shooting us great ideas, and they have great ideas that they're starting to pursue on their own. So I love the people that we're around, the energy and always wanting to do better, do more, help. And so Yvette works out at SCDC, so fly by there and holla hey. Amori she's our runner. She does all the exercising for the whole PBD crew. So Maury, you running? I'm running too.
She's losing all the weight.
Yeah, she's skinny. So I'm trying to get like Maury. I've started this keto thingy. I'm on day, what is today? Sunday. I don't know what day I am, but so far so good. I feel good. So thank you. Snackie with Nackie was yesterday. We'll come back and talk about it. We're gonna go to break.
What's our song?
Should we read a ad or?
We can.
Can we read an ad, Mena?
I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
look, we have to ask the producer. Producer, can we read an ad?
I'm just scrolling down on
Okay,
my
yes.
non-touch screen, but it's not working.
Yeah, I'm due
We
for.
talked about the school drive. Census 2020 is
Yes.
going until the end of this month, so they moved it. It used to be October. It's moved back to September. Hopefully, if you're listening, you've been a fan of the show. You've heard us say this for months. Get registered, get counted. Pacific Islanders were way undercounted in Census 2010, missing out on resources and funding that's designed for us in our neighborhood and our people and our community. Is not going to help us move forward. So if you haven't filled out your Census 2020, please do so. It's 9 easy questions. And why is the census important to me? This is Professor Anna Patero. And the answer is I'm tired of being called other.
Other. I love that. Good morning. Cousin Linda is on. Good morning, Linda. Mel is back on watching, which real quick, Mel was a director over here at Boys and Girls Club in San Francisco, and she's headed back to Las Vegas where her parents are. And so on her way there, she decided to do a backpack giveaway. Like, she's not even there, she's thinking ahead, and like all community, what is it, geniuses, she decides to do a backpack like the day she gets back. She's moving back. She left San Francisco, which is a big loss, and moved back to Vegas. And the very same day, her and the amazing people, Vet and Maury, get to Las Vegas, and what do? They have a backpack giveaway the very next day. Like, who freaking does that? Me? I'm going to unpack, try to get organized. No.
About a month later, we can do something.
Yeah, a month later, I'll do something. So they did a really great job. Thank you so much for people that donated to Mel. She is now down in Las Vegas, so check her out.
That gives us an excuse to go to Sin City and go do some community things there.
Yes,
Definitely going to do
more,
that.
and Mel is going to help connect us with all these community
Probably
people. So
grab Yvette and Maury on our way there.
Right. So good luck, Mel. We're going to see you soon. Helen, good morning.
We're gonna stay on Argonaut.
We're going to
Utopia San Francisco has a new podcast, and their second episode is at 5 p.m. called Utopia Fireside Queer Talk. They'll be going live on Utopia San Francisco's Facebook page, hosted by Neil and Koa. Neil will have the boomer perspective, and Koa will bring the millennial perspective of each conversation. Again, I think the last 6 people we've talked about all been on one street, Argonaut.
There you go. So we're going to go to a break, and we're going to play a song from Reno on Hawaii and Lai Tofaiono. It's called Good Love. Enjoy, and then go follow them and download their music on SoundCloud and Spotify and blah, blah, blah.
You're listening to the Faika Podcast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. When we come back, it's Snackie with Nackie.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q.
Joseph.
From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the Faika Podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing. Come on.
You're so beautiful. You make my heart smile. This rush of feelings I never had in a while. I never knew love like this could exist, baby. I knew you were the one from our first kiss. 'Cause your love is taking over, leaving in control. No more holding back, 'cause I feel it in my soul. Feel the love going in my veins. I was lost, but your love showed me the way. I used to be so cold, no love could break me, but you set me free. My love is your escape, baby. You're the only one I need, and love has got me feeling
So baby said that's it for me to lose. When you equals me, I don't need a clue. Dropping a lot of my chest, I don't need all that sex, just the kisses from me to you. So baby, come test me, you know I got it. Loving another ain't even an option. Your highness, your majesty, however you call it. Sweet as a mango, but still trying to boss you. My baby, you gorgeous. All that hard work and you think I don't notice. Girl, you the dopest. You blinded me with your love, but it's crazy, I still learn to focus. Hey. Having your heart in the palm of my hands was a part of the plan. You understand me? Winning your love feel like winning the Grammys. The frame of your picture is perfect. The art of a baddie, I love you.
Cause your love is taking over, leaving in control. No more holding back, cause I feel it in my soul. Feel the love going in my veins. I was lost, but your love showed me the way. I used to be so cold, no love could break me, but you set me free. My love is your escape. Baby, you're the only one I need. And love has got me feeling for more. You got me down on one knee. Baby, will you marry me? For life it's just me and you. Will you just say I do? You got me down on one knee. Baby, will you marry me? For life it's just me and you. Will you just say I do? Cause your love is taking over, leaving in control. No more holding back, cause I feel it in my soul. Feel the love going in my veins. I was lost, but your love showed me the way. I used to be so cold, no love could break me, but you set me free. My love is your escape. Baby, you're the only one I need. And love has got me feeling for
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q.
Joseph.
From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the Faika podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing.
Come on.
Stop playing. Okay. I was like, hello, I'm off. Welcome back to the Faika podcast. That was Good Love with Reno Anawai and Hi Guy Lai, aka Lai Tofayono. Go check out their music on SoundCloud and Spotify. Follow them on all social media outlets. We love their music. So go check them out. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? So yesterday we were at, after the breakfast thing with my kids, we decided to go do Snackie with Nackie. And if you're new, let me tell you about Snackie with Nackie. Snackie with Nackie is, we're always on Zoom meetings, 50 million Zoom meetings a week. And all the time we're on the Zoom meetings, I'm eating. I'm always snacking. And I have no shame. I don't even turn my camera off. I just start eating in the middle of the meeting. And so Leah, who is always in our meetings too, Leah Puasa, she's always texting me going, what are you eating now? What are you eating now? And Yvette's like, what are you eating? Everybody's like, what are you eating? You're always snacking. And so we decided to, Yvette came up with the name. She was Snackie with Nackie. And I was like, what am I going to do with that? And so I was watching, totally not my idea. I was watching another lady do this on social media where I watched her for like 2 months before I even decided to copy her. So she was giving out money to essential servers and workers. And like, I was bawling because she was giving to servers that get paid minimum wage, and in California it's really not much. And we all know that waiters and waitresses, the restaurant people, they work for their tips. And with the pandemic, a lot of them are, the restaurants are not as full as they usually are, and so
they're not even open.
Some are not even open. Some are laid off, and so I thought, hi V, I just want to say hi to some people before I go on. Good morning, Sister Kay. Sione Havili Pole. Good morning. So I decided that I wanted to do the same thing. And her thing, the lady that I copied, she does a thing called Venmo Challenge. And I was telling Mena, our producer, our director, my daughter, that I want to do this Venmo Challenge. And then Mena says, well, Mama, you should come up with your own name. And so then I remembered Yvette said Snackie with Nackie. And so that's how we started. So wherever we were asking people and friends and family and whoever can give.
For $20?
No,
$10?
Nope.
$5?
Nope.
Dollar?
Nope. 50 cents.
50 cents.
We asked
JT Tenador?
Yes,
That's 50 cents.
So we're asking people from today until Saturday, we ask people to send us 50 cents on Venmo. And I say Venmo because people have been sending on Cash App too, but Cash App won't let you send anything less than $1. So I appreciate the people on Cash App that send because it really means a lot. And so we ask people to send 50 cents. And at the end of the week, whatever we collect, which has lately been a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, because originally when we started the program, Nackie said, and if we get like $20-30, like that's going to be a good tip.
Yes. And I was thinking that when we start this, and it took me a couple of months because I was too scared. I was like, okay, anything, right? I was thinking if everybody sends in 50 cents, I'll get $100, right? And with the $100, I'll go to like Starbucks drive-through and tip the cashier at the window $100. The first week, we collected $2,010, right? And we split the $1,000, $1,000 and tipped two people $1,000. So I was like, oh my God. And so at the end of the week, whatever we collect, we go Snackie somewhere, and whoever our server is, we tip them whatever we collected. And yesterday we collected $1,051.50. And so Mena always evens us out, and so it was $1,052. So
we were in an odd number. Mena didn't like the odd number.
yeah. First we had like
69 cents.
No, first we had 808, 801 and 1 cent. Then Mena sent me 99 cents to make it. And then somebody sent me, like 69 cents. And then Mena was like, here's 31 cents. And like all the time it breaks off like that. Mena's like, no. Cause we're OCD about this kind of stuff. And so, yesterday we, Carl and I we headed to Oakland. We were trying to make it to the city, but I couldn't find, I tried to Google breast, and it's not random. Like I have to really love the food in order for me to, I don't just pick a random restaurant. We go to eat somewhere. Rhonda, Spinrod, Lominga, good morning. Peter, Falanico, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So the food has to be good because I'm fat like that. And then it has to be somewhere, good reviews or whatever. And so I couldn't find anywhere in San Francisco that was open with outdoor seating. And then there was a lot of places in North Beach, San Francisco, but I didn't want to go to North Beach. Yeah, in the financial district. And I didn't want to go there. I don't know.
If you know places that have outside seating in San Francisco for certain, because we were like, we are not going across the bridge if we're not for sure where we're going.
Yes.
We'll go drive around on the east in the East Bay,
right,
and look for a place, but we're not going to drive around San Francisco and look for a place. So
exactly.
if you know a place, please send it to us at the Faika podcast, the Faika podcast at polybydesign.com, and we will put a list together of places in the city.
Yes. So anywhere in the city, I just don't know of any because I live across the bay. I don't want, last week, Carl and I drove around for 3 hours until we were finally like, fuck it, let's just eat anywhere.
Pull over.
Yeah, pull over. So Tuffy, good morning, Tuffy. Good morning,
Tuffy.
Alicia Cook, Tony Marie Ilahan, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. If we can ask you to share the podcast because you just missed our conversation about SB 145, which I'm like woosawed over that bill. It had me stressing. So yesterday we went to Oakland and we went to Brown Sugar Kitchen, which is, I've been there before when it was on Mandela in Oakland. Mandela Parkway. So obviously they moved to Broadway in Oakland, and there's a lot of restaurants out there that have outdoor seating. So I was surprised. I loved it.
The city took up some of the parking, and they built seating areas in that what would be the street parking.
Yes.
So there's a lot of places that are open on that strip.
I love it. I loved what the city of Oakland has done for their restaurant businesses. It's so Brown Sugar Kitchen, they opened up the sidewalk, and then where there's parking, like you said, they pushed it out, and so there's tables there now, and they did a really good job. Big shout out to Oakland, man.
Yeah.
So we parked down the street and we were walking to Brown Sugar Kitchen, and we passed a couple of restaurants that were open with outdoor seating. So Google Oakland, they're doing a great job.
When Nackie says we parked down the street, we parked like 100 feet down the street.
Yeah, right, yeah. We walked miles and miles. So yeah,
But we did walk past a whole bunch of places that were open.
Yes,
and
yes.
We may end up
hitting those
back
places,
there at some
yeah.
point because there was so many different options.
Right.
But it's going to be hard now that we've had the food at Brown Sugar Kitchen to get down that close and
I
not go there
know,
because
go there.
everything we had there was amazing.
So amazing. So if you're in the area, Brown Sugar Kitchen has amazing food. So we get there and you order your food, and then you sit outside. They seat you, and then we looked at the food was so freaking good. I had a fried chicken salad, and it's a buttermilk fried. It's
Buttermilk
God.
fried chicken.
And then Carl had the buttermilk fried chicken, and he had mac and cheese and cornbread, which he's gonna in a minute. I'll let him go off about the cornbread because it looked like it was amazing because his face was like like he needed a cigarette. So we get there, and Praveen said, "Good morning."
Good morning.
What kind of menu? They have soul food
Yeah.
and American food, and it's really, really good. Like my salad, I usually take my salad dressing and throw it all over the top of. I didn't even do that. I put it on the side and was eating the lettuce and the chicken by itself, and then just dipping it every so often in the dressing that they made. It was so good. I promise you will not be disappointed. So go check them out. We met the owner, Tanya, came over to talk to us. Very, very nice lady. And so it was just, the experience was amazing. Amazing.
We were talking to
Go ahead.
Nesbitt.
Yes.
Our waitress. And immediately she's friendly.
Yes.
She's making sure that, that we're taken care of. And we always try to strike up some kind of conversation, introduce ourselves. If they don't have a name badge, we ask their name. We give them our names. And then, through conversation, it wasn't a sob story. It wasn't a poor me story. It was just, she had worked there before and got laid off at the beginning of COVID. And then she had just been called back, and I think this was her second or third day back.
It was her day two.
Day two of after being laid off, and she was so happy to have a job. She was just, thankful to be back at work. And so she walked off, and Nackie and I were looking at each other like, we definitely found the right person.
Yes.
Like she needs it. She's and it's not somebody who's not doing a good job in the job. You know what I mean? A lot of people they're just not that engaged. She was really engaged with us. And then when it came time, this guy walks by, and this is another thing. We're in Oakland. There's some businesses that are boarded up. All of the parking meters have been spray painted black, so you can't tell like anything.
Right.
You're not putting any money in there. There's plywood over some of the buildings, and they say black owned, black female owned. It's a tough place. We were sitting there at the table, and Nackie's got $1,050 in cash in her pocket. This guy walks by and is like, "Hey, you guys got any change?" And I'm kind of laughing in my head because, I know Nackie has $1,000 in cash on her. I say, "No, I don't have any change." So when Nackie's going to count out the money, we're on a sidewalk in Oakland, and people are walking by.
Yes.
And I'm looking at Nackie like, hurry up and count that money.
Okay.
Get that over in her hand and have her put it in her pocket because we're sitting here on the sidewalk with $1,000 in cash flashing.
Yes. Yeah, she was amazing. And before we even gave the tip, we were having, like you said, casual conversation with her, and that's how we found out it was day 2 of coming back. But I'm telling you, the food was so good. I went to go look at the video. I was handing over money and still chewing. So go check out the video. It's amazing. Faika, good morning. PJ. Hey, PJ.
Good morning, PJ.
So what I love about Snackie with Nackie is because we're all doing it together, right? It's not me and Carl. It's all of you sending us 50 cents. And then we take that 100% of the money we collect at the end of the week goes to the server, 100%. And so we are just, it's all of your tips that we're taking and we're just we're the messenger.
Right.
We're the messenger. So, thank you so much for all of you that donate. It was such a great experience. I'm telling you, Brown Sugar Kitchen is the place to go. I was thinking of Black Bear because last week we went to Black Bear. Brown Sugar Kitchen, the owner is Tanya. She came out to say hi to us. It was a family friendly environment. They did a great job of the whole city of Oakland, but Tanya did a great job and her group is just freaking amazing. So
Yeah, I saw a comment on Facebook, I think it was yesterday, like you guys should buy the meal and then tip the rest. We buy our own meal.
Yes.
100% of the money that's donated to Snackie with Nackie, 100% goes to the server. So if there were donations that came in after a certain point yesterday, that goes for next week. It goes for next week. But Nackie is diligent. Some of the donations accidentally go to Polly by Design. She pays those back and tells the person it needs to go to @Nackie, so that she keeps that 100% going to the person. So we buy our own lunch, our own breakfast, or whatever. And we give them all the money, and that's all of you guys. That's all of the viewers that sent in 50 cents, $10 or more, JT. It's really all of you guys. So,
and if you don't has that problem too.
If you don't want to do the 50 cents one week, tune in and see it anyway. It's still a gift to see somebody that thankful, seeing how happy we are to do it, and seeing what, the group can do, the community can do, 50 cents at a time. It's amazing.
Yeah. I love it because we're all doing it together, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, you're so, thank you. No, it's all of us. And I always answer, it's all of us doing this together. I think that's why we all feel so good watching someone get the tip that needs it. Good morning, Nay. So I just want to, I have Nay on. It threw me off because now I'm all teary. Love to the Taliba'a family who lost their brother Pua this week, and his sister's on. So I just want to throw kisses and hugs to her. Big loss to the Bay Area, our Pua. Thank you so much for everyone that has donated. I love that we're doing this all together, right? We're doing this together. It's not one person or two people. It's all of us together. So I love that we're doing this. I think Matt Noah said he's going to try to do this in Southern California, which I love. The more people we can bless, right? With this idea, it's amazing.
This is a community. I mean, this is really us getting together and the power of 50 cents from a community to a person. And there's so much crap going on right now with the election and the mudslinging and all the craziness that's going on in the Biden versus Trump and all that. And you're seeing people, loved ones, friends getting divided by politics, blue versus red versus blue. And this is, you tune in and you watch this and you're like, these are real people. This money's really helping them. And it feels good. Normally the day after treatment, I am dragging and barely make it to bed on a Saturday. Yesterday when we left, it was like we call it, what do we say, fuel for the soul? We came away from there like, wow, that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, I think we took the first day we went the first round because this was round 4. We're going on round 5. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You guys are amazing. Oh my God, you guys are amazing because we're going to start round 5 and I can't believe we even got to round 5. But the first round, we went to lunch and our server was Mio. And so I went with Mena. We went with Mena and Flo and Sam. And then they were like, afterwards, it was like, oh my God, Flo and Sam Masoli. And that feeling that you feel, we get that I love that we got to share that with Sam, Flo, and Mena, because that's our feeling all the time we leave an event. We're like, oh my God. But that was it. Snacky with Nackie takes it to a whole different level. And so I thank you all for donating. It's crazy amazing. And I love it. I love that we're doing it together.
It's a group.
It's a group. So we're going to ask you to share this podcast, because we just went over SB 145, which I totally misunderstood or didn't understand. And Carl broke it down so that even I understood. So how about that? So we started round 5. We're starting round 5 today for Snacky with Nackie. So if you would like to donate, I think our information is up on the screen somewhere down over here or over there. At our Venmo is at Nackie, Nackie, and Cash App is Nackie 5, the number 5, because I have 5 children. So we're starting that this week. Thank you so much. Adele says, do they have to share their tips? So sometimes, most of the times, the workers don't have to share their tips. And I do ask. I'm like, do you have to share your tip? Nesbitt, she has to share she shares her tips. But there was like, so she goes back in after she's crying. We're all crying. And she goes back in and she's talking to another coworker who's talking to her. And I could see the coworker is like talking to her, blah, 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 blah. And then Nesbitt is right here and tells her what happened. And the coworker goes, what? And so and then she came out and there was like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. She came out, she's like, thank you so much, and then the owner came out, Tanya, came out and tell them we sent you. She came out and was like, thank you so much. Because of the pandemic, she's been worried about her servers, her workers. So it really felt good. And so we were happy to do it. So thank you so much.
And real quick note, if any of the Brown Sugar Kitchen crew is tuning in, Nesbitt we're not sure if we're spelling her name right in the post. So we're doing our best with that, but we know that we know who was our waitress.
Yes.
And we know who did a fantastic job.
Yes, she did. So thank you so much for everyone that helped donate to Snacky with Nackie. How about that? So we're going to somebody just walked through my door. And so we did, if you don't know, the pandemic is going on, right? And as soon as buildings started shutting down, right? Some people started shutting down their doors, and we were told that our studio was closing and that we won't be able to get in there. We ran down to
literally that day. Yeah,
we ran down to the building where our studio's at, and we took all our equipment and came to my dining room. And so we loaded. My dining room has been like this since, I don't know, March, April.
It was funny that day we talked to where our studio is, and they said, we kept saying, can we come in tomorrow morning? Mm-hmm. Will there be somebody there tomorrow morning? And they said, well, we plan to be here tomorrow morning, but it could change because the closures, and if the city said, at the end of the day, you can't come back tomorrow, we didn't know whether we were going to get there tomorrow anyway. We literally hung up with them like, oh, okay, but there's somebody there right now, right?
Right.
And they were like, well, yeah, we're here now, but we're not sure if we're going to be here in the morning, so we don't know if you can pick up your stuff. And hung up the phone and got in the car and drove down there. And when we came through the door, they were like, oh, you're here? Yeah, because we know we can get our equipment today.
Right. So we went to go get our equipment, and we're set up in my dining room. So I know I should be professional and just stay focused, but I hear my door open or somebody stirring coffee, and then it throws me off. So I'm grateful that place, that the building that we're in, let us run down and pick up our stuff.
I love our Molly studio. I see Suma run by. I'm like, gonna pet that dog.
Yes, that's my dog. I love my dog. And so if you didn't know, SCDC has virtual programs going on right now. They have the wellness check-in every Wednesday for parents. Chat with other parents about life in the new norm, right? Talk about the craziness of the pandemic, decompress, debrief. You can join via Zoom. Contact SCDC. They also have a virtual academic support for your kids, wellness and academic support for students during distance learning, elementary school from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and middle school and high school from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. You must register to get the Zoom link. They also have Sa'amai Cultural exercise program. So on Tuesdays, they have Keep It Moving in a Chair at 10:30 a.m. The meeting ID is 474-948-1606. Wasn't that fast? Passcode is Kim. Of course, I'm going to post this all. On Thursdays, they have Sasa Amai exercise at 10:30. And the meeting ID, I will post the flyer. It's up now, but I post it anyway. And the passcode is SCDC. What you got?
Let's see. Essence of Mana has their parenting class starting on September 17th.
Yes.
So let's see. This is a 12-week program. It is free, and it's designed to support adult family members and develop communication skills and tips, leading to more love and nurturing family relationships. Contact Nani Wilson at nwilson@aars.org. Again, that starts on September 17th. It's free.
We love free. It's free 99. Free 99. How about that? You don't even have to leave your house. You just turn on your computer. You could be laying down like some people I know that lays down. Not going to mention any names, but you know, you could lay down. You could be on your bed, on your couch. Just check in. By Lua O'Malley. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We really appreciate you. We appreciate the tips. We appreciate that you listen. We appreciate that you share the podcast. So, and I think it's really important that we get a share because of the SB 145 that Carl and I discussed that I totally didn't understand until literally this 10-15 minutes, and we went into explaining it really good. It's just the
it's an equity bill.
There you go.
It's so that LGBTQ
community
offenders are treated like heterosexual offenders in a sense. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. There's discretion right now for a judge to put somebody in the registry or not if it's heterosexual sex. If it is anal or oral copulation, which is seen as non-heterosexual or LGBTQ, there is no discretion. They go in the registry forever. So if there's discretion for heterosexuals, there should be discretion for LGBTQ community.
Yes, nothing changes with statutory
legalized.
rape. It's statutory rape.
Nothing's legalized.
So,
nothing's decriminalized. No penalties are lessened.
Right.
None of that. And the 10-year thing, if you hear thing about the 10-year thing, the 10-year thing exists now. It existed before SB 145, and whether SB 145 gets passed or not, it will still exist. So the 10-year thing is something I agree needs to be fixed, but it doesn't have anything to do with SB 145.
Right. So I love that Carl broke it down for me because I was so angry, right? Because I got misinformation from the internet because we all do that, right? Or at least I do. I get on social media and I think it's the truth, and then I just run with it. So, and Carl is really up on all the bills and the laws and stuff like that. So I know that I can go to him because he reads everything, and it's not a biased, breeder. It's
I'm biased for that. I think it should pass.
Yes.
I mean, there are people that don't agree with it, and I've heard their arguments. I actually listened to the testimony that the state Senate and Assembly gave in opposition to it, and most of it is just opposition to the 10-year thing. And I keep yelling at my phone going, it has nothing to do with that.
Right.
SB 145 won't change the 10-year window.
Won't change the law. Is just changing whether or not LGBTQ community, whether the judge gets to decide whether they register as a sex offender or not, depending on the situation. So there, Fonz Pereira, good morning. Tamara Imoa, good morning. Emwa, hey, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and share the podcast and learn everything about SB 145, and then we can move on with our lives. You can stop being pissed off. It's not what you read on the internet. So there you go. Did we read all our ads? I just want to make sure we hit everybody. We got SCDC, we got Utopia, we got Census, we got Asian American Recovery Services, Essence of Mana. Oh my gosh.
We got
and
it
these
all.
are all free events, right?
Yep.
Tune in today at 5:00 on the Utopia San Francisco page. And then check us out on Tuesday. We have Dr. Tai Fatleava, who will be our special guest. And then just a big shout out, a big love, rest in peace and love to our Taliva Cassidy family who lost their pua this week. Also to my Auntie Julie's family, Jeff and my Amulicious. And who, Mena? Oh, yes. And then my Paanga Mangeo family, God bless you all. And everyone that's lost someone this week and during this time, it's hard because funeral services are minimal or virtual. And, we poly, we need to hug and kiss and cry with each other, right? That's so hard for us. But we know we don't listen. And so if you are going to, big shout out to my Brittany who lost her papa, Britt Afu.
We love you, Britt.
We love our Afu Tonga family, so God bless them. Also, rest in peace to her papa. And it's so hard for us not to go and gather for these funerals, right? And COVID-19 is going on, and all we ask, because we know we should limit ourselves, but we don't because we should. I'm just telling you, you should, but we don't because of our culture and that's how we roll. And I know some of us, it's hard to get out of that, right? The very least, please wear your mask, protect one another. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Protect one another. Wash your hands. Me and Carl, our immune systems are compromised. So we if you want to be around us, you need to wear your mask and wash your hands and let's just care for one another by at the very least wearing your mask. There's a lot of services going on. Wear your mask at the service and God bless your family if you're going through this hard time. We're going to exit. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for donating to Snackie with Nackie. Go check out Fireside Queer Talk on the Utopia San Francisco page. They have Tuffy on today. It's hosted by Noah, Koa, and Neo. And thank you for tuning in. Please follow us on all social media outlets. I'm on TikTok now, so go check me out. Tune in Sunday at 10 a.m. And I don't know how long we go from 10 a.m. to whenever.
10 to whenever.
10
We'll
to
see
when.
you Tuesday with Dr. Fa'aleava. See you then.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q.
Joe Sav.
From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the Faika podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing. Come on.
Yeah.